lucky man. Lucky, lucky, lucky man. Okay. Boom. 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 Boom, 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 boom. Okay, so this is just making this from a block. That shows you about what the front of the head is going to be like. And here, I'll show you what this would look like. So something like this. Yeah. Again, down to that point, and to that point, to that point, and to that point. So anyways, it's just basically like about that. So this is if you have the luxury of a whole block of clay that you can work with this way. Maybe some of you don't, but if you do, boom, yeah. All I'm trying to do is just get a simple talking basic kind of
now you're gonna beat it into a head?
Yep, now it's paddling time.
Alright, so we're gonna time lapse for paddle beat.
Alright, so I'm gonna
Cutting down on the front of that neck a little bit.
well because this
Just look at this guy's neck over here.
hello, look at that.
Yeah, that doesn't work.
Not at all. So, alright, so we'll go up here and cut that way. And let's take it down little by little. I sure as if I did. Just want to make sure it's so get this all set, and I can work on this head here quite a little bit by myself before I fasten it on here, right? I mean, I don't need to, it's all ready to go, but let's see what we can do. Alright, so there we go. Alright, so bada bing, bada bang, bada boom. Let's see what we got going on here.
His head's got to go further forward, right? No?
It might have to be more.
Maybe his neck's too big.
His neck's too
Maybe his
big.
neck's too big.
Well, maybe we need to.
Too much meat back here.
Okay. Well, we also need to add a shoulder to it, or a chin. So.
Oh, okay.
So, anyways. So there we go. You can see, shadala bing bong. It's starting to look
Pretty
like
awesome start, really.
Yeah, I mean, and look, he's got the tipped head. He's got the little shada boing. I'm looking off to the side. I got a little bit of.
He's got kind of a short nose section here.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, eyebrows a little low.
Yes, so those things need to be played around with, and look how easily you can change them. Yes.
Awesome.
So, And he needs a chin, right? He doesn't have a chin, but he does have this whole tip of his head. I love that, this whole thing going on.
And his face is forward from his body too. It's not like even down here. It's like.
Yeah, and we can thin down the neck and do all that stuff, but in the meantime we can do things like this. Okay, so there's a basic head started. You know, this is how it goes too. Like you start with a maquette, and then your maquette, maybe you were learning a lot on it, and then you get to this part and you go, I want him to be like contemplative Mike Tyson. He's thinking about the meaning of life and all that stuff. So he's like got his head turned off to the side and that stuff. Anyways, you come up with something new and you think that is more expressive than that. That's straight away, looks like a mugshot. This looks like a human being that you caught in the midst of a thought. And that's kind of cool, right? So, anyways, see what I'm doing here? I'm adding a chin. All right, this is all thick. This is way too thick. I know it's solid. It's not thick. It's completely solid. So, I know it'll work as it is. So I need to cut it and hollow it out. So watch this. So I just want to hollow this out. I'm not worried about any of the features or anything. I just want to get it to where it's like 3/4 of an inch thick. And but this is like crazy heavy, and I want it to fit on there. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to make a couple of lines here, and I'll go around. I'll make a couple of lines here. I'll go around. I'll make a couple lines there. All right. So that's just so I know what I got going on here, right? Now, I'm going to take this and cut this up. Woo! I just took the top of his head off. Look at that. All right, so now setting this off to the side, I'm careful that I set it off to the side. This has to fit right back on later, right back there, right? But for now, I'm going to draw here. I'm going to draw about 3/4 of an inch all the way around. There you go. And I'm going to hollow all of this out. And I'm going to draw down here, around here. So like right about there. And I'm going to hollow that out too. So this is all going to get hollowed out that way, and this is going to get all hollowed out that way.
Okay, so just show these guys like how it's hollow inside. You get your hand in there.
Okay, so the basics, you can reach way in. See how hollow that is? But now what we have to do now, as soon as we're like okay with its basic format, like I'm liking it, right? I mean, there's things. See, it's wet clay, and so push it and pull it.
Just leave his head cut off and fill him with all sorts of crazy stuff.
He could be a chia pet, right? Right. So, anyways, there you go. But there's tons we're going to do. Once we get this on here and it's a little bit firmer, you're going to be able to sculpt to your heart's content to get it just right. But now, I'm going to also do the same thing here. This is the part that goes up on top of here, right? See how it fits so well? Look at that. So I'm going to do the same thing here. And then I'm going to leave these separate so I can reach in and work. And I will wrap this piece up and make sure it stays nice and moist, as do the seams here. So when I'm all done, I'll put the cap on and woo, there you go, done. So let's time lapse. Time lapse.
All right.
So, as you can see, there's the model. There's the maquette, and here's the thing. This one has a lot more panache going, I think, because it looks contemplative. It's contemplative, Mike Tyson. And there's his noggin, right? So it's all way too gooey and wet right now, so I'm going to let it sit out a little bit, and I'll come back in a couple hours and cover it. And tomorrow morning, it will be just right to start putting it all together and making sure it's roughed out, so then you can deal with details. But we're trying to get the gesture going. Goodbye.